Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and we looked at the top 3 reasons why people hate Windows 10 in one video. Well, here are apparently the top 3 reasons people love Windows 10. Some of you might be surprised. I see Windows 10 haters everywhere, but yep, a lot of people love Windows 10. In fact, the majority of users of Windows 10 actually enjoy and love Windows 10 more than they did Windows 7, which is interesting. Now, who did the survey and who paid for it, and that's another story. But overall, even I talking about it in different people, see most people say, I love Windows 10. I find it really cool. So the top 3 reasons why people love Windows 10. It's fast and stable, even on old hardware. A lot of Windows 10 users come from the first year of free upgrade, and a lot are still using an old PC running it. And for the most part, most find it cool because, every time there were a new version of Windows, every time people were saying, well, it's not going to support this or that hardware, it's not going to work on my old machine, or it's going to slow it down. And it was true for years. But in Windows 10, they worked hard to make the system much more efficient. And it actually is as fast, and most tests actually seem to show it's either as fast or even faster than Windows 7, even on old hardware. So that's one of the reasons there, including, and it includes the stability of the system. Long gone are the days where you had Windows crashes all the time, blue screens and so on. It's now more like Windows is very stable, very mature, and it, for the most part, works great. Of course, look at the top 3 things people hate. I'm sure that, even if you love Windows 10, there are things you don't like, and probably some of them join the hate of Windows 10 also. Not necessarily that you hate Windows 10, but you hate certain aspects of Windows 10. Plug and play. Yep, that is something that comes from a long time ago. If you guys remember Windows 98 boasting its plug and play features, and Windows 95, Windows 98 plugging stuff. Everybody that has been following Windows for a long time remembers that famous demonstration in front of an audience where the team at Microsoft, while Bill Gates was on stage, plugging in a new hardware and having a blue screen of death on the live, audience. That was kind of a funny thing. Well, today that doesn't happen very often, and honestly, I've not seen a lot of blue screens. In Windows 10, I've seen a blue screen maybe once or twice in different machines, but if you consider that compared to how many hours, and my PCs are running all the time, it doesn't crash. This thing is rock solid, and it's very, very nice. It's interesting because there are people out there that will say, well, this thing isn't stable and doesn't work well, and no, it is very stable. It's related to your hardware if something is not right, and that's it. And a lot of people have a hard time with me telling them, well, it's your hardware. There's something in your hardware, because even in Windows 7, even in older versions of Windows up to Windows XP, which were quite solid also, very rock solid systems. 95% of the time, if not more, when something went wrong in Windows, it was not Windows that was the problem, but a third-party driver, third-party software. It wasn't Windows the problem most of the time. And it's still, as of this day today, pretty much that. Something is making Windows crash. It's not necessarily Windows' fault. But the plug and play feature of Windows 10, the fact that you plug in hardware and it downloads the drivers and everything, pleases a lot of people. Most people just plug in their older printer, their older devices, and hey, it just works. Not counting the fact that when you install Windows 10, it installs pretty much all the drivers and everything you need without you doing pretty much no effort It's the easiest install of Windows that exists out there. So that's one of the other reasons why people love Windows 10. And last but not least, of course, those coming from Windows 8 are happy to see the return of a real start menu. But in overall, in the top 3 reasons people love Windows 10, most people find that it looks modern, it's more interesting to use, and anybody that goes to Windows 10 will kind of agree that if you look at Windows 7, it feels old. It feels like an old system, where Windows 10 does feel much more modern in what it is. And that is one of the top 3 reasons people actually like Windows 10 also. The fact that it does feel and look modern when they're using it. So that is not a list made by me. It's an overall list after going through all sorts of lists of hate and love for Windows. What do you like about Windows 10? First of all, do you love Windows 10? And if you do, what do you like the most about this system? I think that could be interesting. I'll take the comments from both the hate and the love, and maybe we'll do some kind of updated video with all the comments that you leave. Once again, I want to have clean comments. If you use bad words, bad language, if you don't explain yourself, I'm not going to let the comment go through. I want this to be a clean. You are, of course, entitled to your opinion, and I leave a lot of comments on the channel that people, ranting about something. It's quite alright, but it's got to be done in a tasteful and correct way. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.